Hello everyone, it's Epitomy, and in today's video I'm going to explain what I personally believe are the best weapons and classes for Terminal Attack Ranked. As you can see on the screen, I managed to hit the top 100 in the first few days. I feel like I have a good general idea of what you should be using for the light class, medium class, and even heavy. So in terms of the go-to at high ranks, the light class is far superior at the moment because the LH1 is currently a 3-shot gun to light and medium, which is absolutely crazy. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of the weapon and I prefer to use the sniper. In terms of the top 3 weapons for light, I would say LH1, sniper, and then a shotgun, mainly because if you manage to plant the bomb on the attacking side, you can place close quarters with the shotgun. In terms of specialization, the cloaking device is S tier, mainly because in Season 3, Embark adjusted it and it's near impossible to see anyone. But if you're like me and prefer movement over being basically Harry Potter, I would probably pick Invasive Dash. In terms of gadgets, sonar grenades are a must at top ranks. If your teammates are not using sonar grenades, they are hurting you as a team. They allow your team so much information and the radius is huge. You don't have to be skilled to use them. The second item you want is the gateway for movement for you and your team. And if you tell any top players what is the most important thing, and it is making sure you get high ground and you make sure you have control of the map, you can see from the get-go I've managed to claim this little bit of ledge. My teammate then uses the jump pad, I then dash, and I've already got church control. Working as a team goes a long way in Terminal Attack. I do want to mention as well, if you are going to use Invasive Dash, make sure you have Vanishing Bomb because it does the same result as the cloaking device. You can't see them. Look, what the hell? I understand that I've just bombarded you with a lot of information and you might feel overwhelmed. I'll also quickly go over the general class that I and many other top players use, such as the current number 1 player, Piggy, who is going for that Ruby rank which he should hit in a few days. You can see here the cloaking device for Invasive Dash. It doesn't matter which one you pick, it depends on which one you prefer. You got the LH1 or the SR. And you can see that I'm hovering over the gadgets. We know that Vanishing Bomb is good for being invisible. We then have the gateway, which is good for map control, and then we've got the sonar grenade, which is really good for intel and information. And then my reserves are the sniper or the LH1. Then you've got the shotgun as well if you would rather play more close range. So either one is good enough, and this is pretty much the loadout. If you want to pause this, you can. And I have thermal vision on my reserve just in case this becomes a lot more meta and you would need something to kind of counter the Vanishing Bomb and the cloaking device, so have thermal vision on your reserves. If you want to climb quickly with a friend or people from the Discord, I highly recommend you using the light class and the class I've just mentioned. However, I know that many people prefer not to use light, or they simply just don't like the class in general, which is fine. I'm here to give you options. So let's take a look at the medium class and then the heavy class. So this is the general build that I do have for the medium class: the Guardian turret, the AKM, the jump pad, and if you're not a fan of the AKM, you've got the FCAR. So let's get into more gameplay as well. When playing as a medium class, your thought process should be focused on countering the players who are using light characters and slowing them down from capturing the point or defending the objective. You should aim to set up camp on one of the objective sites, so either A or B, and make good use of your abilities and your util, which you can see on the screen here, which will go a long way in slowing the progress of the opposing team. Furthermore, if more players on your team use this class, it will be very difficult for the enemy team to take the point, especially if there's only 30 seconds left. If you're trying to get into this room, it can be very annoying, especially with the glitch, the turrets, and the mines. Yes, the classes are very situational. I can see my comments explaining why using a glitch grenade will quickly resolve the situation in that room. The fact that they have to use a glitch grenade instead of their gadgets is significant for you as a player, especially at higher ranks. Here's a great example in a private match of what some of these rooms could look like as a medium. You can see this is just a bit of a pain. Like trying to take this point, I'm glitched so I can't use like a grenade or anything like that. And it's just very annoying. If there was 1 or 2 players here now, I would probably die because this is so hard to take. But this is a great setup if you're a medium player and you're kind of new to the game. Like, if your aim isn't amazing, playing the medium class like this goes a long way. When it comes to weapons for the medium class, I would recommend either the AKM or the FCAR. In my opinion, it's a tough decision between these two. I would probably choose the AKM. If you're not looking for a weapon with range, you could also consider using a medium class shotgun. So these would be my top 3 choices for Terminal Attack. But I will say now that the Season 3 weapons don't really fit into the meta, so I would say use any of these 3 weapons and you should be able to climb very quickly. If you prefer to use the FCAR, use the FCAR. If you prefer to use the AKM, use the AKM. And you've already seen from my footage that I have got the glitch mine on, and the distance is quite far, and I really feel like this is a very viable item, especially if you're inside a room or a building and they're using cloaking device. The range on it's quite far. You don't really need to step on it. It can just be in the radius, and look how far away I go. You can see here that that's where the mine is, and you can see the fall off is quite far. So if you're in a room and they're on the point, you can stick this to the ceiling and it will probably hit them. So now that I've covered over the medium class, now let's look more into the heavy. So the heavy is a very weird one. I kind of suggest people using the flamethrower and the mesh shield. The mesh shield is very, very good, especially in very close quarters. When you play the heavy, you kind of want to keep the low ground and not have the high ground, mainly because if you get high ground as a heavy, you're going to get sniped or you're going to get killed by the LH1 very, very fast. So this is the build that I recommend you kind of trying out. If you don't like the flamethrower, you can use a shotgun, but I would probably recommend nothing really else. So I'm currently in a private match on a 1v1 in Terminal, and I told my friend to try his best to try and gap close me and try to kill me as quick as possible. So I'm using the dome shield here with the flamethrower, and you can see it's very, very challenging, but it's taken him quite a long time to kill me. But I did manage to close a little bit, but he did kill me, but I did do quite a bit of damage. However, you are not going to be a fool when you use the flamethrower. You're going to be sitting on the objective. You're going to be holding that point with the flamethrower. You want to be in close quarters combat so you can make the enemies come to you and they have no escape. He needs to plant the point right now. If there's 30 seconds left, he's struggling, and that is what the situation is going to be. That's when you need to play heavy. Motion sensors are now part of the heavy build, and they are so important, especially in terminal attack. You can see here that it's just triggered off the point. So my little motion sensor has triggered that the enemy is on the point, and it's very important. However, I have made one rookie mistake. You probably don't want to stick it on the floor. You want to try and hide this little thing behind an object, stick it to the ceiling, place it somewhere where it's going to be very, very hard for the enemy team to see straight away. You want to try and buy yourself as much time as possible. So this is very common sense knowledge. Let's say you're in a room and there's only 20 seconds left. Put up your shield, get close to it. Your teammate could be defusing. And you can see here, I'm just going to get rid of the turret for our teammates. I know a lot of light players don't like to destroy it because their damage gets taken very, very quickly. You can see here, I'm just showing a hypothetical situation, and then we end the game. And you're probably wondering how long it takes to defuse the bomb. I think it's 7.5 seconds. If it's not 7.5, it's definitely 7. You can see here that I click at 7.5 and I managed to cash out. So if people are wondering if it's 10 seconds or it's 5 seconds, I think it's 7.5. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I know many people don't like terminal attack, but personally, I'm trying to make the most out of the situation. I agree that cash out is better, but this is the only way we can get the ruby skins and diamond skins, so hopefully this video will help you out. Let's try and stay positive. Being negative and bashing isn't going to get us anywhere. The developers already know how we feel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.